Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, dear students, and welcome to our science class. So today is Tuesday and the date is the 12th of October 2021. We are learning science. Today we're going to complete about environmental changes and how do they affect the living things. Now, boys, Muhammad, can you stop, please? Yes, thank you. And listen to your teacher. Very good. If the environment includes the land, the animals, the water, and the air, if anything changes, will it affect the living thing? Now you can answer. I'm going to open the mics for you boys. Now you can open your mic and answer. Will it affect the living things or not? If anything in the environment change?
I said kick me out, but now I joined back.
Yes, definitely it will affect the living things. Yesterday, we were talking about the fragile ecosystem. If it's really weak, fragile means weak. If it's weak, it will affect the living things there. We talked about the strong winds. The strong winds can destroy the forest and all the trees will fall down. What will happen, Ya Umar, to the living things? What will happen?
Is they dead?
Excellent. They will die. They will die. What about the plants?
Plants die.
Excellent. Some animals will have to leave the forest and look for a new habitat. Also, we said a fire can change the ecosystem. Okay, now this is something I don't like. Someone is opening the mic and singing. Please close your mic, everyone. Yes, thank you so much. All right, fire can.
Oh my God.
Yes, Habibi, close the camera and go. So fire will eat up all the plants and sometimes they can harm the animals. And then animals will have to leave to look for another habitat and some of them will be injured. This is not good. But also something can come up good with a fire. It will clear space for a new plant to grow. Also, the ashes will give the nutrients to the plant, the soil, so it will grow healthy. Also, pine cones, they open up and let the seed out because of the heat. This is all we took yesterday. Do you have any question in this?
No.
Very good. So let's see. Today we are going to talk about the right amount of water. What do I mean by the right amount of water? Take a look at these two pictures. If we have soft rain coming for 3 or 4 days continuously, what will happen? Non-stop rain, what will happen? Look at this picture on the right.
The cow is drinking water.
Okay, the water will fill up all the space and the dry land, the normally dry land, it will become wet. This is flood. What do we call this? We call it flood. Excellent. This is flood. Flood means too much water in a normally dry land. No more space for animals to walk, no more space for plants to grow. There's no more space for anything. It's only water will cover up the land, the plants. So the animals, they will be all in one area and they cannot walk or eat or sleep or do anything. Sometimes some animals will drown because they don't know how to swim.
Miss, there's fishes, but then that means the animals that live in the ocean, they can have more space.
Me, I know.
But a normally dry land must be dry. This is not a place for fish. This is not a place for sea animals. No, this is a place for horses, sheep, or giraffe, or other animals. This is a normally dry land. In a normal circumstances, this land have to be dry. So when it's full wet, what will happen? We call it a flood.
Flood.
Yes. How about the opposite? What is the opposite of flood? This is too much water. Too much water. Okay. What if we have too little amount of water? Too little water. Huh? What will happen? What do we call it? If this land become or
Too little water.
okay, what do we call it? We call it
Drought.
Yes,
Drought.
we call it drought. Drought
Drought.
means that the land is too dry. The plant doesn't have water to grow. Animals feel very thirsty, and sometimes if the land is too much dry, it can crack. So do we need too much water or too little water? Or we need just the right amount?
Miss, when you write in the first you write double A.
Yeah. So do we need too much or too little?
Too little. Too little.
What about just the right amount? Not too little and not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't need not too much, not too little. Okay, boys, there is something else. We call it erosion. What is erosion? Let me tell you about erosion. Take a look at this picture. Do you see this curve over here?
Yeah.
What happened over here? What do you think happened over here?
Here's.
I will tell you. The beach waves, they come all the way here and hit the land. When they are back, the waves are back, what do they take with it? They take small pieces of rocks and sand every time they hit the land and take it away to the beach. What will happen?
The beach.
Yes, so
The beach will be.
no, the land will be empty. See? This is how this curve happens, or the space over here happens. The space over here happens because of the waves, because the water, okay, let's write down the water will take away small pieces of rocks and sand. Okay, what else can take small pieces of rocks and sand?
Sand.
Very strong.
No,
Strong wind, yeah. Very strong wind can take the small pieces of rocks and sand away. Also, it will make this area empty. So this is what we call erosion. Okay, so when I ask you what is erosion, you will tell me that small pieces of rocks and sand are moved away by who? By water or wind. Okay? Imagine with me. Now the water
or wind.
Yes, now the water keep hitting the land, okay, and taking away the small rocks, small pieces of rocks and sand. After a while, maybe years or 100 years, what will happen to this area? What will happen to the houses over here? The land under these houses? What will happen?
Flood.
Excellent. It will fall down and will break. So erosion is a serious change, can affect the living things. Okay? Now, today we talked about how many changes? We talked about erosion, and what and what?
What and drought.
And flood.
Excellent.
Wow.
Flood and drought. So today we learned that we need the right
I already
amount of
know drought.
Very good, very good. I'm happy. So boys, that was everything for today. Are you ready to play Kahoot now?
Yeah.
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 It's Kahoot.
Yay.
Fire for